I think that.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so the new app is actually new.
The iPad app.
I mean, it looks like it. No, but
We're just checking out a few banking apps. And while he does that, welcome back to the Objective Stream. My name is Nikhil. This is Anuj. I have a cold, and a quick disclaimer, we have potty mouths. So if you have sensitive hearing, or if you cannot bear a guy with a cold, close the stream or wear earphones. And with that out of the way, what's happening?
A lot is happening because we skipped the stream. Skipped the stream last week.
Yeah,
So
we
we
did.
skipped the stream last week.
Yeah.
Because we are human and we need our.
We need a
space,
break.
Whatever. I don't know. We need a.
We need a break.
No, but yeah. So we skipped the stream, but we skipped it because this is on, right?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah,
We
so-
skipped the stream because it was a very slow news week
Yes.
and only one major thing happened on a Friday. So it was too late to even call the stream back
What was
on
that?
the Intel CEO resigning.
Okay. Oh, that was bad.
That was stupid.
Bad.
That was stupid.
It's just no. But I don't think that made it to our list.
That made it.
That didn't make it to our
That didn't make it to our list. It's
Because
not a
it's
big
not
deal.
even a technical thing.
Yeah, it's not a technical thing, but the reason they gave was that because of fraternizing with another employee, and that sounds like a cover up for the bigger issues that are happening inside, which we may not be aware of.
That guy's career is ruined. If that,
Like majorly. Like either way.
poor guy.
Either way. Have you always had drinks from a can that way?
Which way?
This way.
You open it and then drink?
Yeah, you turn that around.
Why?
The tab.
What will happen?
Now try drinking.
Why?
Try. It no longer spills.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Of course it spills. It's spilled.
No, not that way. Like out. Like if you went like that on a full can, it won't spill out.
Oh. No one goes like that on a full can. I don't go like that on a full can.
Alright, let's move on to the first topic.
Microsoft ported Linux to one of their in-house chips. This is like, if I told this to someone, like if I time travel to, let's say, 99 or 2002, or
Okay.
when did Balmer become CEO? Let's say 2004.
That's not a very good benchmark.
Yeah. So let's say I went like time travel to that time and I said that, guys, Microsoft's porting Linux to one of their chips. People would
Laugh
flip.
at you. They'd laugh at you first.
Yeah, they'd laugh at you. Then they'd be like, "Do you need help? Should you be institutionalized?"
Sure.
And then they'd just start ignoring me.
Yeah.
And like this news is like not a biggie.
Yeah. So the thing here
But-
is that Microsoft, I think this was our topic 2 streams ago, episode 6. Where we
Yeah,
were-
Microsoft is like a whole new world.
where it's trying to regain its image in the open source world. And this
Yeah.
is probably one of those things where it's trying to regain what it has been doing in the open source domain.
Yeah, I mean,
Like buying GitHub was just one of those things. What it has been doing.
oops, sorry. I was just opening the chat. Inception. But yeah, I mean, so the most interesting bit, like after getting over the oh my god, Microsoft is working on Linux thing, because they've been working on it for
Okay.
a while. What's interesting is their E2 processor.
Wait, what?
So
What
they
is
have-
that?
Yeah. E2, it's homegrown processor architecture which it has spent years working on, mostly in secret.
Okay.
They're making
There's something Apple
chips.
needs to learn from Microsoft. How to keep a secret.
Haha. Shots fired. But yeah,
Mr. Game of Phones Kothari is in the house.
hello.
What's up, my man?
But yeah, Microsoft working on their own chip design, but
Yeah.
apparently there's a lot of help coming in from Qualcomm.
Okay.
And B, they've ported Linux to that.
So first you get Ubuntu, at least the shell on Windows 10. Then GitHub and a lot of open source activities there. And then finally buying GitHub, and then this. Microsoft is snowballing the whole open source game at this point.
So apparently, if you read the article, they have been working on this architecture since 2010.
Okay.
Which is interesting. And yeah, I mean,
do we have any numbers?
No, we have no numbers because.
Okay. So this one is called E2. What happened to E1?
I have no clue.
And will we get an E3?
Very good question. But look, okay, I'll again refer to the article that we posted the link to. Supposedly 3 things happen that are important. One, they revealed that they have ported Windows 10 to this.
The stream health is not very good, but
Are we surviving?
it is. No, bandwidth is fine. I just think YouTube is. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
So the first thing was that they announced that they have ported Windows 10 to E2.
Yeah.
The second thing was they revealed that they are in bed with Qualcomm.
Yeah.
For all of this. And the third is it was removed from their site.
Oh, why?
So, like, the article talks about these 3 things at the end. It's like, third, Microsoft's website doesn't have a lot of information about E2, and what was online now isn't.
So was this like a accidental presentation?
I think so.
Oh snap! So I take that back about what I said about.
But
Apple
you know, like, they
wanting
have
to learn.
presented papers and stuff about this, like conference talks. So I don't know. And like at the end of the article, it's written that after the article was published, so I didn't know about this because this is a new addition to the
Right.
article. After the article was published, Microsoft got in touch with them, and they're like, "This is an internal research project."
Wah, wah, wah. So Game of Phones has a question. Do you think that Microsoft will set its monopoly in another business as they have now in Windows? Yeah, the cloud business. That is one thing they are most likely to get a monopoly in, if they do get a monopoly in anything at all.
Cloud and Office 365.
Yeah, they have like a complete monopoly on Office 365. Like,
I mean, yeah. So like that will continue to happen, and
yeah,
cloud.
yeah. But cloud also, if Amazon kind of takes a step back, only maybe then. Otherwise, Microsoft and Google are always playing catch up with Amazon.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on to the next topic. Elgato Gaming. Well, Elgato has been acquired by Corsair.
What does Elgato do?
They
This might sound a dumb.
help us take this show live. That is made by Elgato.
What are you pointing at?
The HDMI to USB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So they're into hardware.
they are into hardware.
Oh.
So a lot of game capture, game streaming hardware.
And so Corsair got them.
Sorry?
How much did they pay?
There aren't like very concrete details,
Okay.
but I would say in a few millions, because they are a relatively small company, and a few millions is around a good guess. It's not going to go into the billions, not at all. I'm very sure of that.
Yeah.
But good for them, because they aren't the pioneers of this, but they are surely, always bringing us the cutting edge
Right.
of game capture and high performance game capture, most importantly.
Okay.
Like we've been doing these streams using one of their Camlink products,
Right.
and we've never had an issue with the product itself.
Yeah, with the product itself.
With the product itself, like
We've
there have
never
been
had an issue.
other issues.
Like
Yeah, there have
we've
been
had
other
plenty of
issues, but never with the product
Yeah,
itself.
never with the hardware.
Yeah, and it is almost like, not almost, it is actually 100% plug and play. So they now have a 4K HDR capture card for Windows, which is mental.
This is some heavy FPGA stuff, man, is what I'm guessing.
It is mental. So they are into really kick-ass hardware, and Corsair is another brand I adore.
I see. I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
chassis is-
My case is by Corsair. My PSU is by Corsair. My initial all-in-one liquid cooler back in 2015 was Corsair. I have 2 SSDs in there from Corsair. My original kit of RAM is from Corsair. I still have it because it's so cool. Hey, Alok Deshpande, hi.
Sorry to join in.
You're never late, even if you join on the last minute. It's never late.
Banduraj.
So,
Aaj ka Raj Banduraj. So now I have to be extra careful about not cursing.
no, but we give the disclaimer.
No, but he missed the disclaimer.
It doesn't matter. That's his fault. That's his fault, not ours.
Yeah.
Alright, cloud in which sense? Cloud storage or cloud platform sync? They have a lot of properties on, Microsoft has a lot of properties there in the cloud business. So they provide servers and storage and content distribution, compute, GPUs in the cloud and stuff like that. So there is a lot of stuff that they do. Then all these IoT devices that you probably keep reading in the news, they have backend services for that. So there's a lot of stuff that they provide through their cloud platform. So just Google their page and
Azure.
you can, it's called Azure, and you can see all the services they offer through it. So Elgato finally getting a home with a great company that cares a lot about gaming as well. So glad to see that.
Moving on to the next topic. This is about outages from 2 famous services. Slack was down for like 3 hours and 20 minutes or something like that. They haven't said why, but there were a lot of funny tweets about guys, looks like we have to go outside now and stuff.
Yeah, like this one guy, remember this one guy, he slightly got up from his chair and took a photo. He like, guys, Slack is down. How the hell do I talk to my team? And like his team is sitting right there.
Right.
Like right there. Like I get it if you're like spread across the globe. Like there are like 10 of you all.
Yeah, but that's a
each one of
critique
you,
on how we've come to rely on Slack like software.
Yeah. But we've recently been using this app called Twist.
Okay.
And it's a lot more focused. It's all thread based.
Twist.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of criticism about Slack and how it's a notification driven system, right? It's not a thread driven system.
Yeah, and the notifications thing is like pretty annoying. And in another Slack group, which is also a work group, people literally abuse it like a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Which is really, really terrible. So when people were tweeting that Slack is down, let's get some work done, that was not a joke. That was not a joke.
Yeah.
That was like actual real stuff. They were not being sarcastic. They were not like, there was no irony involved. Well, kind of, it was kind of ironical because Slack is supposed to be a productivity tool.
But yeah, so Slack was down, and the other service that was down this week for some time was Chromecast and Home Mini.
So the Google Home service being down, I get it because it's an internet connected device.
But Chromecast should not be down because Chromecast streams data from
your local devices. Yeah, it's supposed to be all local. So it had no business connecting to the internet apart from some telemetry stuff that Google is obviously going to take. And for updates, for software updates.
And probably if you have enabled the screensaver images and stuff like that. If that's using some Google service too, but
But
that's
it's
still
going to
content
cache.
delivery.
Yeah, it's going to cache things, and if it's not available, it'll show like a low-res image.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just sad that
Yeah.
a service or a hardware which is just supposed to take content from one device and show it on another, or take a
Is-
URL and play that.
Yeah, is
Isn't
down
what-
because the internet service was down. That's just stupid.
But
Oh boy.
yeah, that sucks. Moving on to the next.
This is a funny one.
How do services get down?
What?
Like, Games of One Kothar is asking that.
How do services go down? Okay, there are like so many reasons they could be down.
Get Down Saturday Night is like one of my favorite songs. It was used in the movie.
We can't play it. We can't play it on the stream. No,
No?
we can't play it on the stream.
Can we give the link?
Yeah, we can.
So let's give the link.
Message पाठव मला.
Message करते हैं.
Message.
करून राहिलो.
Alright, but like more serious stuff. So a very simple reason a service could be down is because there was some glitch in the software which takes down the entire network, and another reason could be that the pipe connecting the internet between the two endpoints, which is for example like Google's endpoint.
Did you tweet the link for the stream?
Oh no, I did not.
And we started early.
Alright, I'll post it right now. Can you please continue my point?
So services depend. So the thing is, because internet is such a fun place, things are sometimes not very easy to build. So we depend on a lot of other people, a lot of open source projects to build services, to build products. And then when you build, so something like YouTube might have like hundreds of thousands maybe services that are there in the background that all come together to show us YouTube, the app that we are using right now. So similarly, if Slack is also a product, it's also a service, and it's dependent on probably hundreds of other services, and maybe if one or two of those go down, Slack goes down. So yeah, most of that stuff must be internal. As companies go big, they replace the external stuff with the internal stuff. But that's it. Like, there's like so many reasons why something could be unavailable. Because over time the entropy has increased, and a simple app can be very complex in the background. Moving on to the next topic.
You can go on. I'll post the link.
Yes. Indian ATMs are still running Windows XP, and that's just bad because it's not supported from Microsoft. That's one. The second is
Like no security updates.
yeah, there have been no security updates for it, and that means that ATMs or the machines that we depend on for getting cash from our own accounts
Yeah.
is compromised. Like, so if you read the article, the government has been warning. So the government started warning private banks quite late, and even after that, the banks are taking their own sweet time to update.
No,
ATMs.
but like, what is like, क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है? Like, why even bother with it if there's not going to be any cash in the ATMs? Haha.
Demonetization joke. But yeah, I mean, like, a smart thief isn't going to rob a lot of money.
Yeah. They
Like,
can
to
just
stay
pick out
on
like
the- little
uh,
bits.
pennies,
over time.
literally. And even if you pick out a penny from every ATM in a city,
Yeah.
you're going to
That's
end up with some considerable amount of pennies. And if you do that in every small city and town, you're going to end up with a lot.
So yeah, the update.
Alright, I think we should rename the show We Give You Bad Ideas.
No, but the idea is that the government has asked the banks that they have till end of July to update them, and then till 2019 to just completely overhaul that system.
To bring it to what though? What is the
I'm
minimum
not
requirement? Have they set one?
So they have like till June 2019 to come.
They should have set a minimum requirement. Varna, these guys will roll out like CentOS 4 and they'll be like, alright, we are calling it a day. They are very much capable of it.
The thing is, like, who is really invested in this?
My question is,
like, who is going to end up losing money?
Us.
Us. Right?
Yeah. So they don't really need to care.
So they don't really care.
Yeah.
Do they?
Because when you're withdrawing money from an ATM, you're debiting money. You're not swiping it like a credit card. You're swiping it like a debit card. So the amount is it's directly debited from your account, unless you have like a credits account. I recently learned that that's a thing. So for your regular bank account, if you're going to withdraw money from that, and someone is able to siphon data off your card and stuff, like it's very easy to hack around these things. XP is 2000.
So it was top, probably
2001.
So just some more interesting numbers. There are like 34,000 ATMs that are at risk here.
Are at risk.
Yeah. That's a lot of ATMs, man. And the second
That's a
thing,
shit lot of ATMs.
Then the other thing is that so June 14 is, I think, something was when Microsoft said that we are done with XP. The bank, I think RBI sent some notification to the banks before that, but stuff didn't happen, and now they are following up again. So I think it's just...
My question is, why would anyone build this on XP? Like not XP, but like Windows in general.
Because we are mostly lazy.
Wouldn't it be just simpler to make it on a Linux distro?
No, because...
Like, was .NET very popular back then? Okay.
Like when it,
and like
so
C is definitely hard for them.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay. Makes sense.
So it's like you're asking someone to learn Latin.
Yeah.
In a way.
Got it.
So yeah, Indian ATMs are fucked. Yeah. Be aware. Check for scammer. There are these plastic things that they fit on top.
Right.
Which have an RFID scanner kind of thing. NFC thing. So that when you put in a card, it can read
the data.
Yeah.
Shit.
So you should always check whether that's there by like just tugging at it. But yeah, if there's something wrong with software, there isn't anything you can do. So good luck with that. And that's our Black Mirror
episode warning of the day.
Yeah. Moving on to the next topic.
Something very opposite of Black Mirror.
Yes, WPA3 is in the house.
To begin with, like before you begin with the topic, I did not know y-fi.org was even a website.
Why?
I did not know this existed.
Oh, okay.
I never thought of it like, Wi-Fi, like why would Wi-Fi have a website? And when you posted
it's like
this,
a proper alliance,
and then I realized, and then I started reading everything, and then I'm like, oh, so this is how things work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Wi-Fi Alliance is the governing body which defines the standard.
Yeah.
They work with the different chipset manufacturers who make the chips. They define the standard, and then everyone implements them, and then that's how the interoperability works. So yeah, they have come up with a new standard for the passwords, which is WPA3. So right now you should be using WPA2 in your house, and
like WPA2 personal and WPA2 enterprise if it's feasible in your office. But at least on minimum WPA2.
Yeah. So everyone should be using WPA2
Yeah.
because WPA1 is seriously outdated and has vulnerabilities. So turns out that WPA2
is pretty vulnerable as well. It hasn't been like totally jacked off.
Yeah. But it's still better.
Yeah.
But the good news is that WPA3 will work on WPA2 devices. So it's a matter of
Oh, so it's not a hardware thing.
No, it's not a hardware thing.
Okay, that's cool.
And yeah, similar to WPA2, this is also going to have WPA3 Personal and WPA3 Enterprise.
Yeah.
And along with this, there is an enhanced. No, not enhanced. So two other things. One is Easy Connect. So they have also
which is like a WPA Connect button.
Kind of. So,
yeah.
But instead of the WPA Connect button, it's going to have a QR code on devices.
Okay.
So let's say you buy a Wi-Fi light bulb like you have.
Right. Okay.
And now you want to connect it to your network.
Okay.
So what you will do is the box for the light bulb will have a QR code, and then you can use the phone app to scan that, and then it has some standard stuff implemented.
Okay.
And that will allow you to
Go on.
That will allow you to share your Wi-Fi credentials with that.
Oh, okay. There's also Wi-Fi certified enhanced open, a certification program that delivers
for open networks.
Open networks, like
so
local
like
coffee shops and guest
coffee shops,
networks, hotels and airports and stuff like that. So that's cool, but can airports still show me scammy login pages?
Yeah, I think that's. I'm
Those
not
are
sure. I
pain
haven't read
in the
about
ass.
Wi-Fi enhanced open yet.
Like, when you connect to that Wi-Fi network, you can't even make sure the login page opens in a private tab.
Yeah.
It'll always open in a regular tab, and that is so annoying.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, this sucks. But I'm hoping that Wi-Fi Alliance is working with all of these players because they work with everyone, right?
But see, here's the thing. Here's what I'm expecting. All the commercial Wi-Fi router manufacturers are gonna sell this only on their newer routers.
Yeah. And they'll be like, no,
like
actually
it'll be a
this
free,
works only with
it'll be like a free upgrade for all the enterprise hardware that they sell. Like,
but that should not be the case. If someone is telling you that, they are liars. And
they're liars. They're totally lying because you can just show them this webpage. Haha.
Moving on to the next page.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say ki after the stream, remind me to show you the Asus app.
Okay. Ooh, Game of Thrones Kotari has asked us about our salary.
No, we can't talk about our salaries.
You don't even get a salary. You're self-employed.
Yeah, I don't get salaries. I get 2 time ka khana, a bed to sleep on, and a good supply of Red Bull.
I get a salary.
He gets a salary, but we can't talk about it.
Yeah,
qualifications.
It's a bag of peanuts. No, it's actually decent. I don't know why I'm complaining. No, I hope my boss didn't hear that. Otherwise, the next increment cycle, I'm actually getting peanuts. No, I get peanuts. Please, I get like shitty peanuts, man. Like, come on.
Acha wala to
the guy needs to eat.
Peanuts?
Yeah. Yeah, so, but now I've lost my case because...
Yeah.
You ruined it. I said I get paid decently.
You ruined it.
Yeah. No increment for Anuj. Moving on to the next topic. I don't really believe in qualification, so I don't think it's necessary.
I'm not even qualified.
Yeah, he's not even qualified to sit next to a keyboard.
Yeah.
Technically speaking.
Like my education was not even in computer sciences or engineering or anything to do with computers. I come from an arts background. Hey, screw you. Screw you.
Anyways, moving on to the next topic, Alexa, which is a hit in houses.
Basically everywhere.
And they have also a program for enterprises.
A friend of mine has the Mini, the small one. Echo Dot. And uses a battery bank and uses that in his car. What? Because his car doesn't have the dashboard thing, right? So he uses that instead.
Sweet.
That's actually a very smart idea. Now, if only he had gotten the one with the display.
Yeah, Echo Show.
That would have made a lot more sense.
But yeah, so Amazon.
There's a free product idea for you, Amazon.
I will expect my check anytime.
Your check.
Yes.
See, I'm not qualified, so this is what
exactly.
happens.
So that's why he's going to have qualified people steal his ideas.
I get cut out from everything.
Yeah, that's how the world works. But anyway, so Alexa for consumers was the first thing to launch. I think a year or so ago they launched Alexa for enterprises, where they had like a lot of different provisioning things and stuff, very enterprisey stuff, so that Alexa would also be used in meeting rooms and conference rooms.
Very recently, on iOS they got voice command support.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
And now they are in the hotel business, so their first partner is Marriott Hotels.
They are all over the world. I think I did not see them in most of the Nordic countries. I don't remember seeing one, which is very odd because they are literally everywhere. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone sent me a photo of a Marriott hotel in Antarctica.
Yeah. I don't know much.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, so they are going to have the same hardware but more sophisticated software to support hotels. They're going to have dashboards for the hotel staff to measure guest engagement and stuff. More about that is in the TechCrunch thing, but that's an interesting business to get into because money,
lots of it.
Because consumers, because making money from consumers is a little difficult.
Yeah.
Unless you are smoothing out the experience for them to buy stuff from Amazon.com, because that's their pretty much only source of revenue.
Like even if you consider like 500 rooms per hotel.
Yeah.
And Pune city itself has three
mayors.
So that makes 1500 rooms plus all your lobbies and what else have you. And like you even have those small lobbies on every floor. So that starts to stack up and then spread all over the globe.
Yeah.
That's a huge hardware requirement.
That's true.
And Amazon has AWS.
And a hotel business is like, you can see that I'm in the luxury hotel business. So then you can charge hefty stuff.
Yeah, I think in the previous episode we were talking about how there's Alexa in your hotel rooms and then the whole privacy debate around the matter. So there was that happening and that still stands strong. That hasn't gone away.
Google Summer of Code, George. So I did, so the question is, George is asking, so this is like completely off topic for us.
That's okay.
That's okay. But George asked like, what's a good way to get started in open source?
Yeah.
And the answer to that is Google Summer of Code. If you qualify, then there is a program called Outreachy.
Okay.
So Outreachy has some more constraints.
I'd like to simplify this because I read an excellent tweet about the matter just today.
Okay.
Which I think applies here.
Okay.
Open source software. You'll only understand open source software once you start contributing to it, because at that moment you realize that open source software is not the job of the maintainers, but of everyone who uses it.
Right.
So to simply get started with open source, just contribute something to any open source project that you use right now.
And try and look for alternative softwares to whatever you are using.
Yeah.
So if you are using Windows, switch to Linux.
Yeah.
If you are using Photoshop, switch to GIMP.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be something major.
Yeah. So if you are using QuickTime Player, then start using VLC.
Yeah.
So like look for alternatives, then you'll start realizing that not all softwares are perfect. Then you'll start finding flaws. Then you'll start subscribing to their mailing list.
Yeah.
And you should start by giving
like I'll give you a very simple example. You don't necessarily have to contribute code.
Yeah.
If you're a designer, you can work towards the user interface of that software if it has one.
Yeah.
Or if you notice a
documentation is one.
Documentation is
translation
another thing.
Is another.
Translation.
If you speak more than one language, that's a great way to get involved.
You can just help with the translation of that project into any language that you speak. You don't need to be fluent at it. You can just try your hand at it. And when you're making a pull request with your translation, for example, you can tell them that, this might not be the best translations you can have, but at least this is a start and I'll keep improving it.
But check out Google Summer of Code. Make sure you have a GitHub account. Just find stuff and start reading, start making small changes to big pieces of code. You'll break things, but that's how you'll know.
Yeah, break things. That's actually a good advice.
Yeah.
Break open source things. Don't break closed source things.
Moving on to the next topic of the evening.
The Apple and Samsung feud finally ends. This was about the iPhone 3G design.
That is so old. Wow.
Extremely old. So that's
Gaya wo paisa jaane de.
3 years old.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the
3? How is that?
Sorry, that's 7 years old.
Yeah.
My bad. So here's the thing. Over the 7 years, the money these two companies have spent have made their lawyers richer than they were, have wasted the time of the courts over a case that was very straightforward. The 3G, the Samsung, what was it? P9000 something came a considerable few months after the 3G and looked exactly the same. Samsung even made an ad mocking Apple for the 3G design, claiming that it was stolen and yada yada yada, the whole thing. And finally it was concluded that Apple was not at fault, it was Samsung's fault, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting anecdotes from that case is Samsung's own lawyers weren't able to distinguish between a Samsung phone and an iPhone. So one of Apple's lawyers is like, here are two phones, point to the one that you made. And he showed them both the phones from a distance and they weren't able to do it. And it's like, see?
Like take today's phones, the iPhone 10 and the Note 8, and they are distinctly different in many aspects.
But I mean, Xiaomi doesn't seem to have learned much from all of this.
They don't care. They are immune to all this.
Yeah, because China.
And
they don't even try and sell aggressively in the United States.
They don't sell in the United States. Everything is imports. Everything is imports.
Yeah, so they're like...
Xiaomi's biggest and probably at this point only market is in India. They just manufacture to sell to India. Like that is what I feel. That's not the truth.
No, I'm pretty sure Xiaomi is big in Hong Kong and other places too. But not like India is a huge market for them.
Oh boy, you shouldn't have said that.
What did he say?
He's asking GitHub or GitLab.
Oh, both. But start with GitHub.
That's a very tricky, slippery slope.
Yeah, but start with GitHub because most people are already there. But you'll eventually have to create a GitLab account.
All big established projects are there right now.
Yeah. On GitHub.
Yeah.
So you could survive without GitLab, but you won't survive without GitHub.
That's a very good point.
Thank you. I only make very good points. That's so cocky. You.
So here's the funny one. A Samsung spokeswoman declined to comment on the settlement, and Apple didn't even respond to the request for a comment. So Samsung is like, okay, we'll talk to you. Oh, tough question. Okay, we're not talking to you. And Apple is like, no, fuck you. Fuck off. Bye.
But yeah, I mean, it's good that they're finally... Does Apple depend on any Samsung components?
The display in the current iPhone, I think.
It does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so did we have the whole thing where the iPhone didn't sell as well, which is why Samsung stock fell?
No. That was some different thing.
Yeah. Is the iPhone 10 display.
Okay.
I'm very sure of that.
So, so I think it's like a pressure tactic for prices and profits, and it's just weird, man. But good for them. Now at least they don't have to pay for laws they don't need.
Yeah, like for this case, the two companies have a lot of other cases going on.
Yeah, probably.
this one is over. There are many other ones which need to.
The whole, like, when you grow to a certain size, like, you have to hire lawyers and be like patents, IP, this, that. Like, it's just such a pain, man.
I'm glad none of y'all could hear that.
Why none of them could hear that?
Because you were talking to the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
And cussing at the ceiling.
Okay, fine. I'm a little lazy right now.
After drinking Red.
No, because it hasn't hit me yet. It takes time, man.
I don't know why everyone keeps telling me that. Like, you need to
Okay.
drink Red Bull an hour before you want it to take effect. I take a sip of Red Bull and I'm already flying in the cloud. Like, same with
Biology.
coffee. Any kind of caffeine.
George makes an interesting point. The display is Samsung, but they're switching to LG from next
Yes,
iteration. If I'm
that
not
is
wrong.
right.
Yeah, I mean,
That is the current speculation. Current market speculation.
but I'm
We
pretty
still-
sure, like, to some extent, they might already be doing that, because I know they do that with modems, where they say that we are going to buy modems from Qualcomm, we are going to buy modems from Intel,
Yeah.
so that, like, and Qualcomm and Intel are like
Big
companies that are like doing the
Rivals.
same kind of thing,
Rivals.
right? Like rivals, so they can keep each other in check.
No. But what he's talking about is for the iPhone 10, they use displays from Samsung.
Okay.
Now, for the next iPhones with OLED displays, they are going to order them from
LG.
LG. And let me tell you something, LG's display tech is far superior
Then Samsung.
than Samsung's.
Hmm.
Like, just check the LG V30. The display on that phone is...
But yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure at some point in the future, Apple will bring all of that in house.
no, I don't think...
No,
they
because,
have-
no. There was an interesting article where they are trying to set up a small factory to start experimenting with stuff.
The micro dot...
Yeah. So that's like a completely new technology compared to
Micro dot
OLED and
LED.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing in like 5-10 years, maybe they'll have like a competing setup, and they'll simply start phasing out all of this.
But for now,
Because right now all the IP for all of these is owned by Samsung and LG and others.
what
But
they
for
really
now.
need to work on are their fucking keyboards.
Which brings us to the next topic.
Segue.
MacBook. Yeah, MacBook keyboards are horrible.
The same, it started happening to yours, right?
Yeah, my left option key does not work.
The option. So how do you do option C?
No, because I use an USB keyboard all day.
Okay.
It doesn't.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as much as it
Because
should.
you and I are pretty much glued to the terminal every time
Yeah,
we are
exactly.
working.
So I can't live with that keyboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I come under this whole thing, and I'll probably talk about this in a future
Sell
episode.
sell me your iPad for like 30 grand and I'll buy it.
iPad.
Your MacBook Pro.
No,
Yeah.
it's not mine to sell.
But ask your company, like,
Yeah.
the keyboard is broken.
No. They are replacing it for free.
Is it free now?
Yeah.
I thought they were charging like 8
No.
grand, 10 grand
So
for
they're
it.
like,
Shit.
yeah, this is not working out. You know what? If you buy if you bought this, yeah, we'll fix it for you.
And they've charged people like $700 for it in the US.
So the
Holy
thing is
shit.
that the keyboard was so precision made. iFixit has a beautiful article about this where they are absolutely anti-Apple, but thankfully so. Also, iFixit.
They aren't anti-Apple. They are
No,
very
they're like
critical of
yeah,
Apple.
Yeah,
They're very critical
not
of it.
anti-Apple, but they're
Yeah.
very critical of Apple. They're like, this was a mistake, guys. And like once upon a time, you made excellent MacBooks,
Yeah.
which were very repairable,
Yeah.
and now it's just gone to shit.
The main issue that stands out here with the butterfly mechanism.
I think is the dust.
No, it's also the distance.
Yeah, the
Between-
distance traveled.
Yeah.
But the design team's argument to all of that was that it still has the same clickety feel, and it's not about the distance and all of that.
No, but the distance comes into play here because the distance is so small. If
Dust.
any dust gets in
Yes.
there, it's going to prevent it from
Yep,
traveling
yep,
that
yep, yep.
distance. You knuckleheads.
Yeah, this was just bad stuff, man. Bad stuff.
Like, who are these industrial designers?
Oh, I mean, yeah. But yeah, so now Apple has like a proper program
Yeah.
where they are going to be like,
Wow,
yeah,
it's hot. Sorry about that. Yeah, you go on.
yeah. So the iFixit article has a decent section which talks about the timeline of how all of this happened, and yeah. So the problems are letters or characters repeat unexpectedly. Letters or characters do not appear because they're not being pressed, and keys feel sticky.
No, but okay, but on a more serious note, the whole me casting at Apple,
Right.
in like industrial designer, part of the show, more serious stuff. Why the hell would you buy a laptop, any kind, and not plug it into an external mechanical keyboard?
Yeah.
What excuse do you have
No,
for
I
not
mean, when
doing
you're
that?
traveling,
I don't care.
that's a little harsh.
Mechanical or go home.
Yeah.
Like I'm just waiting
This
for
is just-
someone to watch this video and be like, hey, I noticed that these two are using iPads.
Yeah.
Let's make a mechanical keyboard for iPads. Do it.
I'll buy one.
Do it. Have you seen the new Cherry MX low profile switches which they launched? So the Ducky Go Air, the Ducky Go Blade or Air was supposed to be the first keyboard to launch with this. Way back in March, it still hasn't launched.
Yeah, that's what happens with new stuff. But yeah, coming back to the Apple keyboard fiasco, so they have like 10 models, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which fit this program. Mine is the fourth from bottom. MacBook Pro 13-inch, 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports. So I'm going to make sure that I get it fixed because yeah, option key does not work.
No, but
And,
are they changing it to something else, or are they just repairing the broken switches, or like what's happening?
No, this will come to light when someone from YouTube makes a video
On
someone-
what repairs were done?
yeah, on what repairs.
Because if it's the same switch
I know.
that is being put back in there,
then that's just bad.
and I'm pretty sure you can't put the regular switch in there because it won't fit.
Yeah. So it's going to be tricky. I don't know what they're going to do.
And you can't I want to call it butterfly mechanism 2.0. You can't do that because the base design is
Yeah.
inherently flawed.
So we don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. Something's going to happen.
I was just watching a video today on Jay's 2 Cents YouTube channel. Nothing to do with Jay-Z, the singer and producer. Sorry. So it was a Msi Laptop review,
Right.
and it's basically very thin. The marketing is it's very thin, it's very powerful, 6 cores, 12 threads, yada yada yada. Has a GPU, I forget which one, with 6 gigabytes of VRAM, and has a Steel Series RGB keyboard.
Okay.
And it is, I think, from the looks of it, a little bit thicker than a MacBook Pro.
Okay.
And they can fit a good keyboard in there. What is Apple's excuse? I think with that, see, here's what happened last year though.
I think Apple's excuse is that we want to make our own.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that because, like, Apple usually makes great hardware. Okay, last year they were so bloody focused on that touch bar.
Right.
It ruined everything else.
Yeah.
It
I mean, a lot of
literally
people
ruined
have the
everything
opinion
else.
that like after a point, a MacBook is going to be just 2 iPads stuck to each other. Like, after the Touch Pad launched, and I'd shoot myself that day.
Hackintosh for the win.
Game of Phones Kotari is asking interview questions at this point, and I'm like,
Where do you see yourselves 5 years down the line?
No.
Not answering that one. Sorry.
Not answering that.
No. We've been through that shit too many times to answer that now.
Moving on to the
Now
next
we are the
topic.
ones who ask that. We are the ones who knock.
Never. Okay. It's थोड़ा over हो गया, but ठीक है.
You've never taken an interview.
Once or twice.
Okay.
Never,
I've taken interviews and I've never asked that question. Because it's a very pointless question.
Yeah.
Like मैं कल का नहीं बता सकता तेरे को.
कल का छोड़ खाने का सीन पता नहीं मेरे को आज का. That is actually true.
That is actually true.
Moving on to the next topic.
Wait, is Bloomberg down? I was like, because internet is up. No, internet is down. Shit. No, it's back up. What's happening? Internet is working fine. Yeah. Okay, we are fine. Internet's working.
So Twitter is doing something interesting where they will show who is paying for an ad that you are seeing, which is interesting.
Anyone who fell for this?
I mean, I fell for it. It's interesting. Like, at least it's a different approach to just blindly trusting whatever you see.
Okay, so this is one change I did not know about. In May, it rolled out stricter rules that requires advertisers running political campaign ads for federal elections to identify themselves and certify that they are located in the US.
Ooh, that's because of the whole Russia interfering in US thing. Nobody.
After the elections. So here's the thing. I doubt. So see, these are rules, right? They are not the law of the land.
Right.
So they don't need to be enforced.
Yeah. So they could like put in like tiny clauses in there and
like here and there, like we do not need to disclose these kind of ads, like the spendings or who spent on.
So unless it becomes like a legal thing.
Yeah, unless it becomes like a huge legal battle somewhere, like a class action lawsuit. Maybe then, after a subpoena and everything, they might have to release that info. But to us, general public, they do not.
Moving on to the next bit of news, which is also about a social network called, you might have heard of it, Instagram.
Like, they dropped like
a bunch of bombs.
And they dropped another one today.
So the first one, we'll just kind of try to go through this.
Okay, why don't we just quickly give a summary of all four?
Yeah, so Instagram Lite is like Messenger Lite and a lot of other Lite apps.
Yeah,
which is made for people who do not
developing countries.
In developing countries who do not have a lot of bandwidth.
Or just people with shitty mobile.
Yeah, people
plans.
living in hard to reach places who are not on 3G or 4G.
Yeah, people
who are probably on 2G. So for stuff where you have very limited bandwidth, Instagram Lite is the way to go. The app itself is I think 500 kilobytes, which is like
573 kilobytes,
which is also interesting because they also have an Instagram mobile website, which is getting more and more features.
Yeah.
So they now have a photo upload thing. I don't think they have video upload yet.
No, they don't.
But that's still progress on the Instagram mobile website thing.
Because they kind of need to process the video a bit before they can upload it, and you can't do that in a browser.
Yeah.
Yet.
So so there's that. So Instagram Lite is like Instagram and Facebook saying that we are done with the developed world. Yeah. When it comes to user acquisition.
Yeah. We are now focusing on the developing countries.
Now we are focusing on getting the other billions on board,
because that's like at least a good third of the globe.
Yeah,
at least. And
next
one is obviously IGTV.
Yeah, IGTV is Instagram TV, which
basically vertical videos. Basically, like take YouTube this way and make it this.
I think in honor of Instagram Lite.
Yeah, in honor of Instagram Lite, today's stream is going to be conducted like this.
This is so stupid.
This is very stupid. This is extremely stupid, which says a lot about Instagram IGTV and very little of us.
Yeah. But yeah, Instagram TV is Instagram and Facebook going after YouTube. Honestly, a lot of YouTube content creators are extremely upset.
No, but see, I was just joking about that part. Instagram has a very good reason for launching IGTV in vertical mode, because a lot of the late millennials and early generation, what do we call them? Z? X?
I don't know.
Generation X, Generation Z, whatever it's called. They mostly use their phones like this.
Oh, yeah.
Where we are used to, oh, this is a horizontal video, let me turn my phone this way. These guys are literally stuck like this. Like someone has glued their fingers like this. This is how they are all day. So
It's a
making
point. Okay.
IGTV
Makes sense.
vertical, the mode they are always in, makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised that Instagram did this first and not Snapchat.
Snapchat's always been like that.
No. Remember the time when Instagram used to copy every new thing Snapchat did?
But Snapchat's always got vertical videos.
So has Instagram. Like Instagram stories has had vertical
but like
stories.
IGTV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Like Snap TV
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
makes sense.
spectacles.
And Instagram has drawn a lot of parallels. They're like, it's just like TV because when you turn it on, it just starts playing. That means that it's not going to be like YouTube where you find a video and start playing.
Yeah.
It's just going to start playing, and
The
then
moment you
you're
enter
going
that
to
IGTV mode or in the app.
So there's a lot of recommending that's going to be going on.
Yeah.
Which
They
is
seem to
what
have
YouTube
gotten
is doing now.
Yeah.
But Instagram is like, we'll just...
YouTube is doing a lot of stupid stuff. But
recommending is one of the... and it's stupid for YouTube because that was not how they started. But for Instagram, if they started with that, it's not stupid.
then it doesn't seem stupid.
Yeah. But it'll still be stupid.
And then there is Instagram video chat.
Oh yeah.
And I was totally caught off guard with this because he was sending me messages on Instagram direct
chat.
message and I suddenly get a video call. And for a second I was confused because it doesn't look like a WhatsApp call. It doesn't look like a FaceTime call. What the is going on here? And then I realized, oh, it has the Instagram logo there.
So Instagram video chat is Instagram going after Skype and Hangouts and whatever other thing that's there.
Oh,
so
Allo and Duo.
Allo. Like half a dozen Google apps.
Half a dozen Google apps. No, a dozen Google apps.
A dozen Google apps.
Yeah.
At this point, probably. But yeah, so it's for everyone who is too young to be having
on
a
any
Skype
of those
account.
apps. Yeah.
So it's for them. So it's now also going after FaceTime.
FaceTime. Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be as popular as FaceTime.
It could be because they are launching with 4 people in a video chat on the first day. FaceTime
Compare
is
it
adding
with
32 now. After what, like 5
years.
years
5 years.
of FaceTime?
Yeah, 5S, 6S, 7, 8. Yeah, 5 years.
So after like 5 years of FaceTime, we have multiple people in a video chat. But now Instagram's like launching with 4.
And finally, you can now add songs to your Instagram stories.
Ooh, that is interesting.
So I was completely expecting like Gambino's This Is America, but someone just posted a shot with Usher's playing
It
on
just
it.
tells something about that guy's age,
Yeah.
I think. Hi, uncle. I don't know.
Love our work. He hopes to meet us in person just to tell us he is just 14. Dude, you're 14. What are you doing watching this show?
Yeah, man, we drink here.
Oh my goodness. What's up? How are you doing, man? But hold on, we have a bigger problem here. Dude, Mr. Game of Phones Kothari, you're 14. You should not be watching this show.
Why?
Without
Because
your
we
parents' permission. Do you have your parents' permission?
Why?
Yeah.
Because we're drinking? But it's not even
No, we are not
alcohol.
drinking today, but even if we were, we give 2 disclaimers at the start of the show for this very reason.
I mean, knowing cuss words at 14 is okay. I should not be talking. about
Yeah,
other
no,
people.
you should not be giving advice.
Yeah.
When you have kids, you
Oops.
make sure I am the designated babysitter and godfather.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
You are not.
Because that way the kids will be like super spoiled. For how
Yes, potty mouths.
Potty
Exactly. George gets it.
Yeah, so we have potty mouths and yeah. And
Okay, so the next time, can we have like an auto bleeper that just works for his account?
potty mouth?
No. Like every time we use
It should not be a bleeper. It should be potty mouth or...
like pa 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 pa.
Yeah, but it's not about being copied, but that's why you have certificates for
No.
noise.
That's what I'm saying. It's not about drinking. As long as you drink socially, once you're of the legal drinking age,
Again, something we should not be.
No. Like, once he is of legal drinking age, it's his choice.
Yes.
We can't decide for him. Okay, but at his age right now, it is our responsibility.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, alright, but just make sure you have your parents' permission to watch this show. Make them watch a episode.
I'm trying
maybe.
to think how I was at 14.
I was a big ass nerd.
I was like not a big ass nerd because I think that was my brother. I was like a small ass nerd. Like I'd score good
Where
marks.
are you going with this?
But I'd not score
Where are you going with
great
this?
marks. So I was like nerdish.
He was halfway through his puberty into nerdiness.
Yeah. But anyways, that's the end of technical topics.
Tech topics for the day.
And that brings us to the.
Hey, don't. By the way, we are not yelling at you, shouting at you. We are just giving you good advice.
No, we're just surprised that you're 14.
Yeah, and yeah, like
pleasantly
honestly,
surprised.
like presently, very surprised that you're 14. But that's cool, man. That's cool. All right. Moving on to the next segment.
What are we watching?
All right, that was pretty musical.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
We are getting good at it.
we are getting good at this.
Yeah, but this is our 8th episode.
Yeah, we
Not
better be
counting the beta ones.
Yeah, not counting the beta ones. Talking about betas.
Westworld.
No. Okay, you go on. What are you watching?
Oh yeah, we should come to that.
Yeah.
again.
What are you watching?
I'm watching Westworld. I finished Westworld.
Yeah.
Everyone finished Westworld.
Yeah.
Season 2 was just mind blowing.
Yeah.
And
So
there is a lot of criticism for season 2 because it was not season 1, and I get that.
right.
And who's that? Code. Famous guy. Anyways, a lot of people dissed on season 2
Okay.
because it even had like a post-credit scene. Grow up, guys. Nobody cares when the scene is shown. But yeah, so it was a pretty fun season, I think. Like a lot of mind-blown kind of things, which was very difficult after season 1, to be very honest. And they still pulled it off, and they have me hooked for season 3.
Now I know what Game of Thrones, like people who don't watch Game of Thrones feel like. But in all honesty, I've watched 3 episodes of it, like properly. So I know what the basics are. I have season 1 all ready to go. I watched like a overview of season 2 by Film Riot,
Right.
and I know what's happening in season 2.
Okay.
And now there's a whole in the simulation and real world.
Why are you giving out spoilers?
I'm not giving out spoilers. I think people already know if they watched season 2.
But I'm guessing not everyone has watched season 2.
Okay, sorry. So wait, that doesn't happen in season 1?
Can you just stop talking
Okay,
about
okay, I'm
Westworld
gonna stop
at this
talking.
point? It's
Yeah.
like just
I'm gonna
let's
stop
not go
talking.
there. Let's not go
I'm gonna
there.
stop talking.
We're sorry if we spoiled it for anyone.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it happens in season 1 and everyone's watched season 1 except me.
No.
Yeah, so there are people like me out
Yeah,
there.
of course.
Awesome.
So I finished watching season 2 of Westworld.
Yeah.
I also started a new thing called Vikings,
Ooh.
which is
dope.
Yeah, because I kept seeing that guy's face for all beard commercials.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this guy? And then
Dude,
yeah.
he's like Garibo ka Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
He's Garibo ka Aquaman.
Jason
Momoa.
Yeah. So yeah, Vikings is pretty okay. I'm not super hyped about it, so I might just drop it at some point.
No, but Vikings, like, I think season 4 and season 5 are fucking epic.
Yeah, you finished that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I've
stick
been
on
watching it like, I thought it was like it airs on History Channel. So I thought it was the whole history about the Vikings. And I'm super fascinated by the Vikings, like super duper fascinated. Like all the Nordic countries and Scotland and Ireland, I'm super fascinated by these places.
Right.
So when Vikings aired, and I watched episode 1, season 1, I'm like, what the hell is happening? Where is the narrator? Or was this like a pilot about how things are going to be shown?
Right.
And then I realized, no, this is episode 1. What is happening? So I'm like, okay, I'll wait for a week. And I wait for a week, and episode 2 comes out, and it's a continuation of that story. I'm like, now
So
I get
you
it.
were a little slow on the whole document.
Whole-
This is not the
yeah,
document.
because that is what I was expecting, being on the History Channel.
History Channel gets a lot of shit though.
But
And
this
then-
is a good show.
Yeah, I'm watching it on Netflix. So I don't know.
It is a superb show. If you guys haven't watched it, do
Yeah,
watch
it's a
it.
good show.
Alright, and what am I watching? I recently, so I'm watching Cloak and Dagger. It's gaining momentum. I recently discovered this show called Rizzoli and Isles on Amazon Prime. Rizzoli and Isles.
What's...
So it's like a
A
Rizzoli
cookie
is a
show.
cop, and Isles is like
I was thinking of risotto. I don't know why. So I heard risotto and oils.
Well-
so I was like, this sounds like a cooking show.
so like to your credit, she is Italian.
Okay.
Not
Pasta.
Sure. So no, it's Wanga.
Wanga. No, that's
Wanga.
German.
So Rizzoli is a cop, and Isles
Chinmay
is...
Thosa is in the house, and also this is Chinmay Thosa's birthday week.
It's his birthday week?
Yeah, it already happened. I saw,
Belated wishes, brother.
no, I was like looking at posts on our school group,
Okay.
and I was like, I'm going to call this guy in the evening. And
Okay.
then that didn't happen.
Okay.
And then I was like, shit. Now it's just too late.
And he was talking to me. We were discussing about a certain matter. I think a couple of days ago. When was his birthday?
This was day before yesterday, I think.
Okay, no. So we were talking a little before that.
Chinmay Those, belated happy birthday.
Belated happy birthday, brother. Alright. So that's a show I recently discovered. What I really want to talk about is DC's app, DC Comics. Their app is launching in July
Which
in
app?
beta. DC Comics.
Okay.
They're launching an app where they're going to be having all the past TV shows
This is...
and movies to start streaming from day one. And then I think the actual public...
It'll have the classic Batman.
Yeah,
cartoon.
it will.
God.
Yeah. Everything.
I will pay mad amounts of money. I will bankrupt
Yourself.
my entire extended family to get this app.
Same. So it's going to be a subscription service, and you'll also get comics on the same app. So right now they have
I
a...
hope people start doing subtle versions, like live comics.
Right.
Where, for example, take Batman standing in the rain,
Yeah.
and then the rain is actually...
No, they have a DC Comics app.
Does
but
that
it's-
do live?
No, but it's just...
Yeah, it's
the
a
app.
regular app.
It's the comics digital prints.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So it's nothing fancy. This app is going to be pretty much the same for comics, but it's also going to have all your TV shows and everything. Plus, they have 4 new shows in the making.
Ooh,
Like
Batman?
original content.
Is one of
So
them
they have
Batman?
Dick Grayson's Robin, where he
Okay.
eventually goes into becoming this thing. Wait, DC All Access. This is the one. Wait, it's out?
Looks like it.
That's not right. Click on it.
Not enough rating, so this looks new. 13th May.
8 months ago. No, this is probably not the one.
But what is this? This is something.
This is probably not the one.
Okay, but I'm
Because I remember the UI looks different because the user avatar there,
yeah.
like here in this shot. Wait, go here. Like this is here.
Oh, okay.
So this is not the one.
Okay.
But it's going to have 4 new shows. You're going to have the Robin show, I think, which is the Teen Titans or Young Justice. I think no, Young Justice is an existing show. Are you a Christian? If not, what is about the name Design Sync? How can we speak Marathi so well? Number one, I am not religious at all, and I am not Christian. Design Sync, it's just the brand
Handle.
name. My name is Nikhil. Okay, and because I come from Maharashtra, that is why I
Ooh.
speak Marathi so well.
Jai Maharashtra.
Jai Maharashtra.
I think DC Comics apps is being relaunched.
No. This is a completely different app.
No, basically they realize that how much money is to be made and why Netflix is making all of that.
All of that.
So everyone
Yeah.
is like, maybe banayega.
No, and right now the Arrowverse, which is Arrow, Supergirl, and Flash,
Okay.
these shows are on CBS.
Okay.
Okay, and those shows are were good for season 1, all three of those shows.
Okay.
Then they just went down into the dump. So I'm really excited about this, plus the original content, because the posters look epic, and there is a Swamp Thing TV show and a Harley Quinn TV show, and there is a Doom TV show.
Doom is nice.
So 4 TV shows, all original content, coming soon.
It's fun, man.
Credit card चालू ना तुझा?
Oh.
All right, that is the show, and on that terrible disappointment for him and his bank account,
Yeah.
we shall end.
Guys, Nikhil is working on an awesome.
Oh yeah.
Stop yelling.
Sorry.
It's a mic.
Sorry, I get excited about.
Yeah, but so he's working on an awesome new app for iOS, iPads, and iPhones, where you can read the most awesome blogs that you want to follow. So you curate your stuff, and there's this little thing that's been around for like decades called RSS.
Yeah, like
Which is, if you're Indian, not the political party. Thank God. But RSS are feeds. So if I have a blog, you can just copy my RSS feed URL and add it to the app, and then you'll get all the blogs that I write. This has been around for like 10-20 years probably, and he's working on a great new app for that, which is in beta.
Yeah, public beta goes live on Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm not taking new applications anymore because I am already overwhelmed by them. So you can just check out the app right now, and it should be live sometime in August or September. Let's see how things go. So go check it out, and if you have any feedback for it, let me know on Twitter. I posted a bunch of questions on my Twitter as well, so you can go check those out. George has a question, just a question. How many subscription-based services are you guys currently availing? You count, I'll count.
Netflix,
Yeah.
Amazon Prime,
Yeah,
GitHub.
yeah. One password. Okay, let's go here. Let's go to the home screen.
Netflix, Amazon Prime, GitHub.
Infuse, which is like a video player, but it's a very small thing.
AWS counts?
AWS counts.
AWS.
Slack.
No Slack. Google. G Suite.
I don't pay. I'm on the grandfather plan.
It's just harsh, man. So I pay for Google Suite.
Then.
Adobe.
No, I don't pay. I don't use Adobe stuff.
Google, I do. Adobe, I pay for. What else do I pay for? 6.
Coffee? Does that count?
No, coffee doesn't count.
Coffee and Red Bull. Like I'll just keep that in one. Apple Music.
Apple Music. Oh yeah.
Apple Music.
Big time fans.
What else do we pay for?
You're on 3?
Sorry? No, 8.
Yeah, I'm on 7.
I'm using one hand, and I'm using like the other hand is on the iPad. This is just on my iPad. Let's see iPhone.
I used to pay for Sketch.
Yeah, my Sketch license just expired sometime in June, and I decided not to renew it for now because the current state of Sketch is solid for my requirement.
Oh, okay.
So when they launch something which is incredible and I really would like to have it,
Right.
I'll renew my license for another year.
So 7.
iCloud,
Google Photos. That's a personal account.
Flickr,
Elytra. Soon.
Oh, so you're going to pay for it? Alright, thanks.
Yes.
I was going to give it to you for free, but
No,
that's okay.
but that's not cool. If I can afford to pay for it, I should pay for it. 10. What else?
Alright, so that's it for me. I have 11. That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
Hey, the link for the app is just above your comment. I don't think it's clickable for some reason. You can just copy it and paste it. Music, yeah.
10. Is that all that I pay for?
Okay, that brings me to a very interesting question.
There's a very cool thing that I pay for.
Right.
It's called Boldport Club.
Okay.
So open the site right now. So guys, if you are there, boldport.club. No, Boldport. Club.com, I think.
Is it like an adult's, like a
No,
gentleman's
no,
club?
Boldport.com. So Boldport, there's this very cool guy who designs beautiful circuits, and he will send you one circuit every month. And if you look at those circuits, they are beautiful, beautiful circuits. And can you post that link on the chat?
Yeah. This is more.
And they come as kits, so you have to solder them. So it comes like everything's there. You'll rarely require a component that's not part of that. And crazy good.
This is more
Electronic.
art.
Yeah, this is more art than
it is
electronics or physics.
engineering.
But at the same time, with every project, you're going to learn something new. This guy is amazing at what he does. Like, even if you are interested in PCBs, the way he designs
I am
PCBs
pretty
is something.
sure this is a custom designed board.
Each board, each month is custom designed.
And then he like just gets a big batch of it and then sends it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this should have been the first service that I say.
Yeah.
Boldport is
Alright,
amazing.
if you'd like to see a video on these, do you have any of these?
I have like 15 or so of these.
Okay, so if you'd like to see a video on this, let us know down in the comments of this video. Don't post it in the chat. Post it in the comments, in the regular comments section, and we'll take it from there. Alright, thank you very much for tuning in. You guys have been lovely. We have been big potty mouths.
Yes.
But yeah, fun night, and I hope I recover from this awful cold very, very soon. And once that happens, I'll resume making videos. Until then, see ya.
Okay, guys. Good night.